Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Silly Goose Sports Talk. I'm Big T.
And I'm Skippy. Before we get into this episode, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because it helps us be on the latest take of the latest sports news. Oh boy. Timmy is currently running on how many hours of sleep?
0.
0 hours of sleep. Last time he slept was actually Thursday morning. He's
Sunday
been alive. No, Thursday morning sounds more dramatic.
Sunday morning.
But we're going to be covering the Daytona race. We're going to be talking about Jaromir Jagr retiring. That's pretty big news. Potential Steelers quarterbacks, and so much more.
It's
Let's
a bunch
get it
of
off,
business.
Timmy.
So, NASCAR and rain go hand in hand. I think we've learned this throughout the years. So
Every single time I try watching a race, it gets rained out. The only times I try.
See, so basically, I'll wake up Sunday morning. I see, the race got bumped to Monday. Whatever. That's normal. It happens all the time. It's like, okay, so I'm just gonna go get the cover for work for Monday night. So we'll be in the clear, but I still work in the Monday morning. So then after mass, my dad hollers at me. I'm thinking, what did I do this time? I'm in trouble. So, and then he says, you want to go to Daytona? And I'm like, excuse me, what? Because I'm still here thinking tickets are going to still be like $200-300 a piece.
Right.
Turns out these things are like $50 a pop.
What?
So,
That's crazy.
Because the rain out, there were so many people that bailed.
Wow.
And so we got our tickets cheap. Then got me, my brother, my dad. A couple hours later, we managed to get my cousin, his buddy, and my uncle in on it. So by the time 10 o'clock p.m. rolled around, we're on our way to Daytona.
It sounds very last minute. But...
Oh, it was. See, I tried catching some of the, the Z's, trying to catch the Z's in the car. That didn't work out pretty well.
Well, why not?
It's in the car. You can't sleep in the car.
Yes, you can.
I can't do that.
I'm a car sleeping expert.
I used to pride myself thinking I can sleep anywhere, anytime, through anything. Not the car. Not the car. Not in the not through the Carolinas. No.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I'm in this like half asleep, dazed state where I'm still fully conscious of everything's going around me, but I'm just not doing anything about it. I'm just there like
just zombie mode.
And then I saw something that took me out of that state. It was a sign that said 20 miles to Buc-ee's.
God bless Buc-ee's.
So here we are in but nowhere in South Carolina. Nothing but a Buc-ee's. So we're said, I've never been to a Buc-ee's before.
Have you not?
None of us had ever gone to a Buc-ee's before.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So that night was the night. So at 3:30 in the morning in Florence, South Carolina, we roll into Buc-ee's. And that place is as busy as Walmart is on a normal afternoon, at 2 o'clock on a normal afternoon. That place is like just a normal Walmart as is at 2 p.m. But this is 3 in the morning. So I'm not
Wait, it was busy at 3 in the morning?
Oh, yeah, it was as busy as a Walmart.
Huh.
So we roll into Buc-ee's at 3:30 in the morning. I'm not going to disclose how much money I spent at Buc-ee's, but
let's say the consumerism got up to the lad. Timmy can have some good branding.
Let's just say
Did you get any brisket?
Oh yeah, that stuff was amazing.
Okay, yeah.
We got the brisket. We got the taffy. Their saltwater taffy is amazing.
I can see you got a little something on your head there. A little hat.
I got the hat. Shoot, I got this little plush Bucky beaver that I was gonna bring onto the show, but I left him upstairs. And if I go upstairs, there's no way I'm coming back down. So,
yeah.
Little Bucky's gonna have to wait till next week to make his debut on the show.
Well, Bucky,
But
rest in peace.
then I got this Bucky's blanket. It was like the fluffiest thing in the world. And I'm like, oh, the blanket I have now, I've had that for over 10 years. And that thing's got some wear and tear on it. So, you know what?
Okay, I
We're
know
going
what
to
you
get a
mean.
Bucky's blanket.
I have multiple blankets I swap in and out. I have this one blanket that's just incredible that I've just had for so long.
I've had this one for as long as I can remember.
Dude. Okay, this
I
is
put it
kind
through
of a
the washing machine
side
the other
tangent.
day. I put this thing through the washing machine the other day. I thought it was going to melt. It's that old.
Oh. Well, mine's like this perfect blanket that isn't like fuzzy, but it keeps you cool. And it's just incredible.
Oh.
It's not like electric. It's just a cool blanket. It's incredible. Timmy, okay, let's get this straight. Are you a hot or a cold sleeper?
I like it right down the middle. It can't be too hot because then I'm going to sweat my you-know-what's off when I'm sleeping. But if it's too cold, I just can't go to sleep. Got to be right down the middle.
Timmy, you would not survive camping.
I know it. Did I tell you about the senior retreat?
About you not sleeping? No.
Yeah, well that happened, so.
This guy, I'm starting to think you can't sleep. I'm starting to think you can't sleep anywhere, you know? Alright, finish your story about Daytona.
So yeah, after Bucky's we roll in. And then we roll in, we go check out Daytona Beach. We check out the beach. It's a beach. Cool.
Yeah.
Historically significant beach, yes, because that's where NASCAR started, drag racing on the beach. But it's just a beach. And then we roll into we're wandering around Daytona trying to find a parking spot. Then we find our parking spot in lot 7, which is about a mile and a half away from the track.
Yeah.
And they have these charter buses where they bus you in. So then they bus us into this like town center kind of area. And in that town center area, there's this one dude in a microphone. He's some preacher. He's saying, if you don't listen to Pastor Jim's translation of the Bible, you're going to hell. You will burn.
Yeah.
So this is Florida.
Yeah, that's
according to Pastor Jim's Bible Church, I'm going to hell. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. Jim. I don't know. Some dude in Florida. I don't know.
Well, you know.
So then we roll into past all the stuff, you know, and the haulers are outside of the track. So we check out all the haulers and stuff like that. I drop another $150 on this bad boy.
Nice jacket.
Oh yeah, I got another hat too because you remember that 9
why
hat?
Why not?
You remember that 9 hat?
I know the 9 hat that has been through war.
Unfortunately, that hat did not make it back from Daytona. I will have to say that. Unfortunately.
What are you talking about?
As sad
Did you lose it?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. At one minute I had it, the next minute.
That's so sad.
I know. And my driver, Chase, was leading when I found, where's my hat? Where's my hat? He won the stage. He got all the bonus points, all that. My guy was winning that hat that I've had for like 6 or 7 years.
You know what, Timmy? Not to be superstitious. The hat was a sacrifice. A sacrifice to the NASCAR gods.
Yeah, the Chase hat that I've had that hat through so much.
Hey, moment of silence.
Moment of silence for the 9 hat.
God bless.
And then they started wrecking out of nowhere. So we make it down to our seats. Yeah. See, the way that they had worded the stuff at the track was that, there's not going to be many people here. Take whatever seat you want. So that's what we had assumed. We assumed this place is going to be dead. No, that place is jam-packed. So we take some random seats, one of the best spots, and we're there for like an hour. And then right before the race starts, people come up and say, "Get out of our seats." Rinse and repeat until
So you guys just
about
kept
halfway through the
swapping
race.
seats, or?
Yeah, so because we were because the seats that we had, the seats that I had bought, were taken by these. Not to throw any shade at anybody, but this man particularly looked homeless, and I don't want to beef with a homeless man in Florida. I've heard too many stories about that going wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to be another statistic. I don't want to be part of that 0% that survived fighting with a homeless man in Florida. So, what I did was I went to the main concourse. I squeezed in between two trash cans, and I got a full view, full front stretch. I could see the corners. I could even see parts of the back stretch.
Was it like a big screen, or?
Oh, well, there was a big screen in the middle where I could watch when they were in the back stretch, but otherwise I could see everything.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Incredible view. And the food was expensive, like holy smokes.
Yeah. Wait, what was the most expensive thing you saw?
So, you know the Papa John's, you know how you can get a large 2-topping pizza for $6.99?
Yeah.
There was a little guy, a little 4-piece pizza thing. It's like if I folded it a couple times, I could fit it in my mouth in one sitting. $10 for that.
Oh, wow.
And you had to pay for the garlic stuff extra.
Huh.
It was $7 for a bottle of Coke, pal. It was bad.
Well, it's like a hot dog. Because that's how I base my stuff off of.
A lot of hot dogs, buddy.
How much is for a hot dog? Tell me now.
For a hot dog, like
Tell me now.
$4.50.
Okay, I've seen worse. That's still bad.
Apparently, $16 beers isn't too bad, though.
Yeah, that's
I
not
don't
that
know.
bad.
I don't know.
That's bad, but in our day and age, it's not that bad.
And in the moment, I didn't care how much I was spending because, like, I'm hungry and I don't want to miss another lap of this stuff. So,
right.
And then when I the race itself happened. Back and forth racing. It's all a blur right now. But once I get some sleep, I'll actually be able to like process it. And to like be able to like this happened and this happened, blah blah blah. It's like in order. I do know that Chase Elliott won stage 1, and then it was really back and forth race. I gotta say, you had Ryan Blaney beating Austin Cindric coming to the checkers in the stage 2. And then that same back and forth business of pack racing where they were actually driving cleanly for most of the race, and it was going incredibly until about 10 laps to go, where they wadded up half the field, 18-car wreck out of nowhere. I'm just sitting there in my seat, and it's like, coming down the back stretch. Then I see one car go sideways. I'm like, here we go.
Was that the first car wreck you've seen live?
No, I've been to Richmond, but at Richmond, it's like you just see a guy sliding. It's like tap. It's like, oh, he's done for the day.
Oh, okay.
But at Daytona, I couldn't even hear the cars wreck. It was like, like the whole crowd was exploding because they hadn't seen a wreck since lap 6.
Oh, gotcha.
So they went pretty much the whole race without wrecking.
Right.
And you had like 18-car wreck. He's like, my guy Chase Elliott was like in the middle lane because they were going 3 wide. He was like 3rd or 4th in that middle lane, and usually that's no man's lane. If there's a wreck, you're dead.
Right.
And he's like 3rd or 4th in the middle lane. I see one of the cars ahead of him just go sideways, and I'm like, oh, it's over, and just the field just wads up, and I'm like, who's left? It's like, okay, there's the 1, there's a 24, there's a 48, there's the 2. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's the 9. He survived.
Oh. Huh.
So he survived, among others, and it took about half an hour to clean all that up. And, they managed to clean up the wreck. They had some pit stops. And then it came down to a restart with like 5 laps to go,
Huh.
where it was Chastain and Byron on the front row. Byron had Bowman right behind him. No, Chastain had Bowman right behind him. Then they did a little tomfoolery with that. And, yeah, then after that happened, Chase was in the third lane. He was, I don't know exactly what the situation was. I think it is all in the moment, but I think that was a wrong lane choice on his part because that top lane just died. He had a moment going where he was catching up. It looked like coming down 2 or 3 laps to go. They're going 3 wide up the top. Elliott's going to take the lead and win the Daytona 500. That was my dream scenario. They were making some moves. He was going up there. By the time he was at 3rd or 4th row, all the help had gone down to the bottom. And Elliott and Allmendinger is like, bye-bye. They went straight to the back. And as they were coming to the white flag with 1 lap to go, Ross Chastain shoots a gap to where he sees a gap and he's going to take it. So he goes to the inside, try to take the lead. But Cindric's coming up at the same time and Byron's going down at the same time. So they smack. Cars just go everywhere.
Yeah.
But they did not throw the yellow flag until after they made it to the start finish line to make the lap to where it was the last lap. To where if there's a wreck before they make it to that line, they rack them up and go into overtime. But if they throw the yellow after it and it's the last lap, whoever's leading at the time of the caution is the winner.
Okay.
So there were a lot of people that were mad. They were like, "Why didn't you throw it earlier? Why didn't you throw it earlier?" I saw the light didn't go on until Byron was past the line. So I'm like, "Yep, it's over. Byron won. Hendrick car won." So I was happy about that. Wish it was Chase, but I'm happy for William Byron. I feel like he's been overshadowed the past few years. You have Elliott, the most popular guy in the sport. You got Kyle Larson, one of the most polarizing in the sport. And you got Alex.
Bubba Wallace still racing?
Yeah, Bubba led for a little bit. I think he got caught up in that big wreck.
Oh, okay.
Truex got caught up in the big wreck, I think.
Yeah, Martin Triggs, he was my guy. Martin Triggs.
He got wadded up in the big wreck. Most of those cars got hit in that wreck.
Oh.
And then, yeah, you had Byron winning, Bowman second. Let me pull up the rest of that stuff. I'll just read off the top 10. No, wrong one. Yeah, Byron winning, Bowman second, Christopher Bell third, Corey LaJoy fourth, Bubba Wallace fifth. Oh, I thought he got messed up in the wreck. No. Allmendinger sixth, Nemechek seventh, Eric Jones eighth, Noah Gragson ninth, and Chase Briscoe 10th. Chase Elliott was in 14th. And then other notables, yeah, Jimmy Johnson in probably his last Daytona 500, finishing 28th. And yeah, that's all the people that are notable. Brad Keselowski, the one who caused the first big wreck, he ended up in 33rd. That was Daytona for us, and that's not where the fun ends, believe it or not. So, the way the bus system works, it was where they had a couple buses going like every 2 or 3 minutes all throughout the day. So, people were trickling in. But let me tell you, it was not a trickle going out. It was a monsoon. It was a line of people for half a mile, it felt like.
Right.
And there we were, right in the middle of that line. So we were in the line for like 45 minutes. And there was this one. We met the Florida man, Skippy. We met the Florida man. This guy was drunk as a skunk. Right. I'm talking, this dude's like 50 years old. 6 foot something. Big dude. He's got a ponytail and everything. He starts. He was talking smack. And we were like, we're not dealing with this. And this one guy, I think it was his son or something who was with him. I ended up having to sit next to his son on the bus. Nice enough guy. He was talking about what different tracks he likes to see. Nice enough guy. This Florida man had to sit next to my dad on the bus. And I don't know how a fight didn't break out on that bus. But let's just say we were on edge the entire bus ride. Then we drove up and we stopped at Buc-ee's again. And I didn't spend any money that time.
Oh.
And thankfully, we made it back up to Virginia A-OK. We stopped at a Wawa in Richmond. And then we made it back up. Then I went to work and, came home from work.
Yeah.
And I went on the podcast and here we are.
Now he's here. Well, after that tale, we're going to jump into a little bit of hockey. Now, before we start, pretty big news. I believe this was 2 days ago.
When I saw it.
Yes, this was on Sunday, I think. Jaromir Jagr's number 68 was retired by the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's joining Mario Lemieux and Mikael Breyer in Pittsburgh Penguins immortality. Now he's still playing, I believe, because he's in the
Czech Republic.
He's playing for his Czech Republic league. I think it's his own team. Can't be wrong.
He owns it, I think.
That's what I was thinking. But legend, the number's being retired. Number 68. He had a darn good speech. It was really fun to watch. So congrats to him.
Absolutely. Look, you know what would have been nice? To see him play one more game in the NHL. I know it's a long shot, but just one more game. The Penguins are sucking this season anyways. Give it to him. Let him do one more game.
Hey,
come on.
Man. Listen.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I know. Well, talking about the Penguins being crappy. We lost to the Panthers 5-2. We beat the Blackhawks 4-1. We lost to the Kings 2-1. And we are currently tied with the Islanders 4-4.
Oh.
This leaves us with a 24-21 record with 7th in the division. Yikes.
Now, the Capitals, on the other hand,
not better.
Not terrible either. They went on that heater when Ovechkin was scoring a goal every game. Then they dropped one to the Canucks in overtime, so they got a point there. They got smashed by Colorado, but that's Colorado, so that was about a week ago. Then they beat the Canadiens Saturday night, and right now they're putting a hurting on the Devils 5-2, where Ovechkin has scored again. So, as the standings look right now, they're doing better than they were, but they're still 6th in the division, and they are 4 points behind 4th place in the division. So, they're about 6 or 7 points out of playoff contention right now. So,
yeah, no, sad.
If this was a month or two earlier, I'd say there's a chance, but not a lot of runway left.
Right.
But, they've had a good run. Ovechkin is doing exactly what I wanted him to for the second half, so I'm not complaining. The Caps have been good for years, so
right.
That is good.
Now, and also exciting news, to me at least, spring training, baby.
Oh, yeah.
February 22nd, Thursday. The Dodgers are going to be kicking us off at 3:10 p.m. against the Padres. Can't wait for baseball season to be back in full force.
Yeah. When do the Orioles start? That's my big question.
It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah. Just I thought for this out there. Steelers still looking for that QB. According to a couple sources, there's a lot of good chances that we're going to be signing Mason Rudolph because nobody's actually showing interest in him.
Right.
Apparently, this guy, from the sources, not gonna say who, there's no fresh start for him somewhere else, quote, end quote. So it's likely going to be us having the only interest in
You
Mason
think they're
Rudolph
going
as
to
a free agent.
draft the quarterback? What are you thinking? What's the vibe?
I think they'd be re-signing him is what I'm thinking.
Him as the starter?
Yes, that's the thing.
That's a tank here.
I know. It's a
I
little bit
don't
weird.
know what they're going to do about Tomlin's winning.
I wouldn't be shocked if we went for Justin Fields. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know if I'd be happy or not, but I wouldn't be shocked.
No, Bears quarterbacks always going to Pittsburgh, so there's precedent.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, all
Yeah.
right. I think that's all we have. Unless you have
Now
anything
for
else.
the Commanders, I'm just gonna check on Google see if there's anything going on there. It looks like it's gonna be Jaden Daniels.
Breaking news: Commanders rebranding for the 4th time.
Not again.
To
now,
the
I don't know if I said this last week.
Red Wolves.
I don't know if I said this last week, but we do have a little soccer bit of U.S. versus Colombia at FedEx Field.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's Timmy's Daytona story.
What story was. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. If we don't have anything else, I think we're going to call it wraps for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks as always for joining us, and keep on honking.